What's up, banana bunch? Bunch? Bunch?
Welcome to the Jungle Gyms Podcast. What's up, Banana Bunch? Welcome to another episode of the Jungle Gyms Podcast. I'm your host, Mark. As always, thanks for joining me. If you're right now listening to the audio-only version of the show, thank you so much. But of course, I want to keep encouraging you all to watch the YouTube the YouTube version rather, not YouTube segment, YouTube version of the show so that you can actually watch along. We're a really visual store. So like right now, I'm hanging out in our Discovery section, which sounds cool, but looks even cooler because this month we're doing Discover Africa. So as you can see behind me, there's all kinds of products sourced from all over Africa, and there are more in the store as well if you go back to the international department. However, we like to put out, it's kind of like a teaser. Think of it as like the trailer for the rest of the segment, right? So this week I've got a lot of great stuff coming up, but before we dive in there, I want to ask you, as always, if you could leave me some reviews on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify if you're there, or if you are one of those people who jumped over to the video version of the show, thank you, and leave me some comments in there. We've been having a lot of fun doing the live premieres Wednesday mornings at 10:30 a.m. for the video version of the show. Of course, the audio one will still be released to you at like 4 in the morning because that's apparently a great time for that, but we want to keep it going. So this week, I've got some good stuff coming up here. I brought in a musical guest that's been making music for the show that you've heard on here a bunch, and we talk about life, we talk about international cuisine, all kinds of fun stuff. We've got our FizzzFest recap footage, which, you know what, I know a lot of you are like, I'm drenched in FizzzFest, but realistically, so many of you had so much fun. Oh, you were waiting. Come walk through instead. Just be on the show. That's what you have to do. You just have to walk through and pretend like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. Yeah, oh. See, the store's lived in. This is what I want. Everyone else is just like staring at me and walking by. But no, I know some of you have been like, I'm drenched in FizzzFest content, but I also know a lot of you had fun, and I didn't want to wait forever to release it, so I got my recap footage from there. But coming up first, let's go over to the cheese department. The Jungle Gyms Cheese Shop, and by the way, we have one at both stores. There's the big cheese, is one of my favorite departments, and I'm sure it's a lot of yours. We've got over 1,400 different cheeses available. Just think about how many cheeses you've had in your life right now and know that there's 1,398 more cheeses you haven't tried. We also do carry some meats, and there's over 600 varieties of that available. But I think even cooler, like we're looking at the Mediterranean cheese here, a section that doesn't get enough love in my opinion. We carry over 32 countries of cheese. And if you're not trying to go international with me, we carry cheese from over 20 different states. So overall, the cheese shop has 4,000 total products, which include things like cheese, obviously, sausage, hams, crackers, specialty butter, tools, a sweet drum solo by me, and so much more. I mean, look, we're in the Curd Alley right now. It's amazing. Oh, what's this? What did I just find? Could it be from our next guest? Joining me on the show today, maybe you've heard of Urban Stead, and if you haven't, you're about to. Andrea, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate that.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Of course, and I also have to say, Jake, welcome back. This is your second time on the show now.
Second time.
Yeah, now this is the show is significantly different than it was, I think, when I met you, because it was like my first month here.
I think it was October 2021.
Crazy to think about it. It's crazy. I've almost been here a year.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I know, right? It's like they're stuck with me now. Well, so this is great. Jake reached out to me at some point, Jake and Tim, and they were both like, you gotta meet this. And it started because they were all like, Mark, you're gonna love quark. And I was like, is it because you think I like things that rhyme with my name, or because I look like I eat cheese? And Tim was like, both. So talk to me about Urban Stead.
Yeah, absolutely. Urban Stead Cheese is an urban cheesemaker. As you know, most cheese is made in a farmstead environment closer to where the farming happens. And we really wanted to flip that on its head and bring cheese to the city. So we're making cheese in East Walnut Hills, right in the city. It's where our cheese making operation is, but then we also have a tasting room, and it's where we do our retail. So you can come in and get a cheese board. You can buy some cheese. You can also see where we're making the cheese and where we're aging it. So we really, We all know how beer's made in Cincinnati. We've all been really exposed to that.
Sure.
We wanted to show people and peel back the layers and show people how cheese gets made and how milk gets from the farm to the table.
That blew my mind. And I'm like, I think you and I are both a little spoiled in that we're here. Well,
by far.
You doubly so,
Yeah.
you're literally in the thick of it.
Right.
But having the cheese, I didn't realize that you had a tasting room too.
Yeah.
That's a dream I didn't know I had.
Yeah, and then full bar, beer, wine, cocktails, non-alcoholic drinks. Our cheesemaker, my husband, Scott, is a certified sommelier. So we have a really, really nice wine selection.
Honestly, from the jump when you were just like, we're making cheese in the city, I'm like already confused. Not like good confused. I'm like, what's going on, right?
Yes.
What is your process like comparatively? I mean, obviously you're using, I would assume, like the same ingredients.
That's exactly. So we have a single source. It's a 3rd generation dairy farm, Bulls jerseys, all Jersey cows, which is really, really important, the breed, not the state.
Hey now, watch out, I'm from there.
No knock on Jersey, but that would be a really, really long drive to the farm.
Yeah, can you even imagine?
Yeah, no, I can't.
I was like, oh, you're making in the city as in New York City?
Yeah. So all Jersey cows and Jersey cows, so are those beautiful brown cows with the long eyelashes and wrinkly little eyebrows. They're beautiful, they're sweet. But the key for us as cheesemakers is that they have the highest butter fat and proteins, and that helps us make really, really good cheese.
Cool.
They produce, as a cow, a little bit less milk. A Holstein, the black and white cows, produce more milk, but it's going to be lower in butter fat.
Okay.
So we drive to the farm just about every Sunday. We pick up about 9,000 pounds of milk. So to put that in perspective, a gallon of milk weighs 8.6 pounds.
Okay.
We pick that up, we bring it back to our shop, and we start making cheese first thing Monday morning at 8 o'clock. And we usually run about 3,000 pounds Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3,000 pounds of milk, which 9,000 pounds of milk will make probably about 1,500 pounds of cheese off 9,000 pounds of milk.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
In June of 2022, we ran our largest production month ever, and that was about 33,000 pounds of milk in June 2022. So we're really, really excited about that.
Oh my gosh.
So we make the cheese, we age it on site. A huge part of, not all cheese gets aged, of course, like the quark you're talking about.
Yeah.
The quark that we picked up milk actually this week on Monday, not Sunday. We just got back from the American Cheese Society conference.
That's my kind of conference. We got to go to that.
Yes.
Oh, we're totally talking them into it.
Yeah, tons more cheese than you can even eat. You have to really pace yourself. So we picked up milk Monday. This week we picked up 6,000 pounds because of we pushed everything back. So the milk we picked up Monday, we'll make quark this week, and that quark will land here at Jungle Jim's on Friday.
That's incredible.
So it is literally farm to store within less than 5 days.
That's amazing.
So that's a fresh product.
And I'm assuming that's been something that you guys are pretty hands-on, right, Jake, as far as like getting that kind of stuff?
Yeah. I mean, having something extremely local has been like the most important thing to us.
It's cool. I mean, and on our end, how do we even get, I mean, obviously we just meet vendors and stuff, but like what's that process like on our side? As far as like getting it in that quickly.
Luckily with Urban Stead, I mean, I actually worked for Andrea for
cool.
about
We had a
5
great
months.
relationship.
Yeah. And so that's how I first heard of them. And then when I came back and started getting more involved with the buying, I was like, there's this local cheesemaker. We should definitely it should be the most local thing we should carry.
That's amazing. Great work, dude.
And you get to meet, you're basically meeting the artist that paints the masterpiece.
That's a beautiful way of putting that,
I
too.
feel like I'm blushing.
It's the red studio lights, but also you're welcome to. No, that's really, really cool to me, too. And I love that you referred to her as an artist, because I too believe that like food is another art form in that regard. Yeah. And you really, I mean, especially meeting like independent producers, everybody's so passionate about it. And there's just something you can taste, and it's somewhat intangible, and but it like literally you can tell the difference. So I'm sorry to derail entirely, though. I wanted to dive into a couple basic questions, because I am the show's idiot usually, but I want to inform the audience too. So like, what are the basic components in cheese? Obviously we talked about the milk, but like,
it's 4 ingredients.
Yeah.
So milk, salt, cultures, and enzymes.
Okay.
So when we talk about milk, we pick up raw milk. If anybody's looking to make cheese at home, what you want to target is you can't buy raw milk in Ohio. We can buy raw milk, but if you ever want to make cheese, you want to target non-homogenized milk.
Okay.
Once milk has been homogenized, it would be really challenging to make cheese. I won't go into the science. We don't have enough time.
But we can do that in the future for sure. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Maybe we
Yeah.
can make some cheese together. Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
So milk, salt, cultures, and enzymes. Cultures are bacteria, good bacteria.
Right.
And each cheese has its own, we'll say, recipe from a culture perspective, but also from a process perspective.
Oh, cool.
Enzymes are your coagulant. So that's what sets it up. It kind of makes it the texture of a firm yogurt.
Okay.
And that's a part of the process in making the cheese. And then salt's a preservative. But it also, cheese making is really about, if you think about milk comes in at a relative neutral pH, right around 7.
Yeah.
What we're doing in cheese making, to put it really simply, is you're accelerating the process of souring milk in a good way. You're doing it in a controlled fashion. It's the same thing that if you left milk in your refrigerator for 3 weeks, it would get chunky, it would get sour, and that's because there's lactobacillus in there, and that's good bacteria. We're doing that process in a controlled environment, and so salt helps stop that pH drop that, we bring our cheese to, say, maybe Quark would be a pretty low pH in the 4s. It's going to be a tangier product.
Yeah.
Cheddars are in the mid 5s.
Okay.
Low 5s, and then salt stops that drop. It kind of, once salt hits cheese, but then it's also a preservative, and it makes it taste good. Cheese without salt doesn't really taste that good.
I'm curious now. I'm like, want to try it, but at the same time feel like I'll regret
really
that
don't.
request.
Yeah, it's
exactly.
not-
Like,
yeah.
oh, that's not fun.
No, it's it'd be like really, really bland string cheese.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Gotcha. All right. So I got to ask about the quark, obviously. That has been blowing off the shelves here, like to the point that we were funny enough. We were looking for some to eat together on the show. We're like, oh, we're actually sold out of it right now.
Good.
Yeah. Amazing news, right? I want to tell everyone out there to try it, but can you tell us like what that is? Like, what can you explain that cheese? I know that's a dumb way of saying it.
No, it's
but
not dumb. It's really, really.
I consider this the first
question.
date, right? Like, so I'm just
I'll
like,
take that date.
I'm fact finding a little bit, and then I'm like, okay, then I can ask even more intelligent questions when we get together in the future. But yeah.
No, I'm glad that you asked, because it's one of the reasons that we make quark. Is it's an Eastern European German cheese.
Okay.
It's a foundational cheese in their culture, in an Eastern European German culture. It's a farmer's cheese. So we've, if you've ever cooked, you've seen a recipe and it's called for farmer's cheese. And farmer's cheese is a loose category that can be, each culture has its own farmer's cheese. And so quark is going to be a creamy, tangy, spreadable cheese. And what I love about it is the versatility. You can eat it, unabashedly out of the container with a spoon.
Oh yeah, bare hands. Let's go. That's me.
Yeah, but it's also great. We were talking before we started the podcast that you can make a cheesecake with it. So it's great for desserts. In a German culture, Blintz, strudel would be made with it. Pierogies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah,
cool.
pierogies. So it would be a savory application. Also, I really love it just for like a really simple dip, like a veggie dip.
Yeah.
That I'll mix maybe some hen of the woods chip dip in it, or just some fresh herbs. We have such an abundance of herbs in our gardens right now. I call it like, take your kitchen sink herbs, whatever you've got some extra of, chop them up, add some salt, some pepper, maybe a little bit of garlic salt if you wanted, thin it out, and you have the simplest chip dip.
That sounds amazing. Honestly,
it's
I mean,
really good.
I was just dipping chips in it straight up, so
me
I'm just
too.
like, oh, a little extra seasoning. I'm into that too. It really was. It was one of those things that look, every day I try something new here, and I feel like that becomes my new favorite thing. And so quark was one of my more recent finds.
Makes me happy.
It was so good. It's a testament to both Jake and Tim, and honestly, the managers in every department that are just like, Mark, you gotta know about this thing. I think there's so much stuff here at Jungle Gyms anyway, so it's really fun to learn about that stuff.
Well, we call Jacob and Tim and the team here, the cheese team here at Jungle Gyms, and now you, cheese ambassadors for Urban Stead Cheese.
I love it.
And it's really, really important,
We gotta make shirts.
I think it's a great idea. I call Quark our utility player of cheese. It's a little bit like the magic cheese because it can do so many things.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite as magical as the street ched.
I'm excited about that too.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited about that and have to share with you our most exciting news. So we just came back from American Cheese Society and both our Quark and our street ched were awarded silver medals at American Cheese Society.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They also won, so Street Ched won a blue ribbon, I guess. I was going to say gold medal, blue ribbon at the Ohio State Fair cheese competition less than a month ago and was awarded reserve champion of the Ohio State Fair cheese competition as well.
So I got you on here just before you got too famous to say
right.
yes. That's genius.
Yeah.
Thank you.
In the future, I'll
Bookings
charge
after
you for
this.
my time.
No, that's perfect. By all means, we have a whole plan. Yeah, I was like, I'm looking for cheese sponsors, but just in my personal life. As we get to the end here, I thought I'd ask, how did you even get into this?
How did we get crazy?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just, where did the cheese passion come from?
Yeah, so my husband's been in the food and wine industry for 30 years plus, and we have a real passion for fermentation, for entrepreneurship, for the dairy industry, and realistically, we were, it's funny, everybody, again, back at conference last week, everybody talks, and I know Jacob and I have had this conversation, what's the moment that got you into cheese? Nobody says, I'm going to go into cheese, unless, like, you're generational cheese maker.
Sure.
For us, it was a travel. We always traveled for wine, and we always did cheese with it. And there was a trip that we were on, and we tasted some really phenomenal cheese. We saw an approachable operation, and it clicked for us that, like, this satisfied a lot of our priorities. And the final priority that satisfied was that we are both grandchildren of dairy farmers.
Oh, okay.
And so to bring a piece of our family heritage in, seeing a market opportunity that we don't really have a lot of cheese in Southern Ohio being made.
Yeah.
And it felt like a place that we could funnel a lot of our passion and make really world-class artisanal cheese.
Well, obviously, and it's going well, too. Blue ribbon,
you.
silver medals, I'm here for it.
Thank you.
Andrea, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. I really
Thank you.
appreciate that. Is there anything fun coming down the pipeline we should be looking for in the Urban Stead game before maybe a little
That's a
teaser
good
on the way out?
question.
And if not, that's okay too. We can just say there is something coming, and we'll talk about it in the future.
We're always working on R&D. We'll say that.
I love it. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, if you need any help, I know a guy.
You'll be my taster. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thanks so much. I really appreciate your time.
Mark, I appreciate you guys. Jacob, I appreciate you. Jake and Tim and the teams and everybody, we're just really, really grateful to be here at Jungle Gyms and to be here with you guys.
We love having you.
Hey, thank you both for coming on there. Jake, it's been a while. Andrea, it was so nice to meet you. Really excited to come visit Urban Stead and more excited to go travel cheese shows with you. That sounds like a lot of fun and a place where we can all learn. So, like I promised earlier, we've got some FizzzFest recap footage coming up here. We're over here in the soda department right now, just sort of checking, or pop, depending on where you grew up. I'm team soda. I'm also team zero sugar, if it comes down to anything. But FizzzFest is a great time. But more importantly, if you don't know this, Jungle Gyms, we do a ton of festivals. Now, COVID obviously put a little hurting on that, a little timeout action. But the reality is that festivals are coming back in a big way. So getting to be such a big part of something like FizzzFest for me was incredibly exciting. As somebody that's lived in the area for a while, like, it's incredibly infrequently that you get to be a part of something legendary like Jungle Gyms, right? So I'm just, it sounds silly, but that's why there's been so much of this content. I love that space, that end of the non-alcoholic beverage space. And I had so much fun doing it. And you're gonna meet so many people that drove in from out of town to sip on things like Liquid Death, or other things like Liquid Death, or even maybe something else different like Liquid Death. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this one. Maybe you've heard of Liquid Death, and then, oh my gosh, Liquid Death. So tune in, let's check out FizzzFest. We can pretend like we're there. I'm just gonna drink this on the floor. Which one should I have first? Reporting to you, hey, since Mark here from the Jungle Gyms what the fuck do I do for a living? Hey Cincinnati, Mark here from the Jungle Gyms podcast, reporting to you live from the Jungle Gyms FizzzFest, a non-alcoholic beverage sampling event here at Jungle Gyms in Fairfield, Ohio.
Ooh, berry lemonade soda from Jones, and I'm here today with the man himself, Casey Jones. Casey, how we doing?
I'm doing great. I'm here. We got a couple different flavors here. Not all of them, but we got most of our flavors here.
Do you have a favorite in the lineup so far?
Personal favorite is the one you just tried, the berry lemonade. It's a good flavor.
I was about to interview the bottle instead.
You go ahead.
This is your first Fez, right?
It is my first fest here.
Well, welcome to the party, pal. Can you read from your list of facts for me?
Man, Jones Soda was created in Vancouver, British Columbia in 1995 from the visions of Jones Soda founder Peter Van Stolk. We have a couple different flavors such as cola, root beer, cream soda, and orange and cream, but we also offer tasty, unique options such as blue bubblegum, green apple, strawberry lime, and foo-foo berry.
So the foo-foo berry, that's an actual fruit. Do we carry that inside Jungle Gyms?
I assume so. We carry everything there.
Thanks so much for your time, Casey. Happy FizzzFest.
Get fizzy.
What was that?
Get fizzy.
All right, I'm over here with Hoist today. Introduce yourself.
I'm Zach.
So, Zach, tell me a little bit about Hoist, like just top to bottom. What's the deal with Hoist?
So we're IV level hydration, as it says on the bottle. Really good for post cardio and really everything. As it says on our little flyer here, my cheat sheet guide for everything. It's great for travel, which I love to drink it when I'm flying. The sun and the heat relief, obviously it's great. Sure. So I was at an event on Thursday for Fleet Feet, and they do a run, just giving out bottles. So a lot of the time I just hand out the bottles. But I love it. It's great. It's IV level, so it's a lot of sodium up front, so it goes straight into your bloodstream for hydration. Other than that, I mean, it's really all I advertise. It's going to hydrate you real quick.
I'm here for it. Let's get a little hydrated, get a little moisture in us. Get moist at FizzzFest. Oh, hey, what drinks are we sampling from UDF today?
You're not sampling drinks, you're sampling ice cream.
Did I see some of the, is it Main Avenue Creamery, Main Street?
Main Avenue.
Oh, so I nailed it right the first time. I love it. That double chocolate chip is dangerously delicious.
That's my favorite.
Is it?
Love that one. We
Well-
have caramel swirl with us today, the peanut butter chocolate, and a coffee flavor, and then the black raspberry with chips.
Dreams come true, folks. Look, at FizzzFest, you can have it all. Thank you so much for letting me accost you.
It also goes really good with some of these other drinks to make a float. We have vanilla ice cream for that, so you can mix it with the float.
It's going to be a good day today. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, so I'm unfamiliar with your products. Tell me who you are and who you're representing today.
Coca-Cola.
Can you tell me a little bit about Coca-Cola for anyone that may not have heard of them?
So Coca-Cola is the number one brand soft drink in the world. Today we've got the Coke Zero brand, Cherry Coke Zero, and also the Sprite Zero Sugar brands here. So we're sampling out to the customers around here, and we also have 5 total booths. Our partners at AL8 is also here with Body Armor, Powerade, and Monster.
Oh, so we're in Coke Alley right now.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, well, let's do some Coke. I'm going to do Cherry Coke Zero first. You ready? Ooh, strong forward cherry flavor, a nice little bite. It's delicious, and you know me, zero sugar. I'm also going to try the Sprite because I haven't tried that yet. And you know me, folks, I appreciate a dye-free beverage. Ooh, that's awesome. Come on out. Well, it's too late for you to come out because this will air after FizzzFest, so try this in stores. All right, well, you know, we're at Jungle Gyms where you can see it all, and today I'm meeting, I believe, a wizard officially. Is that correct?
Yes, that would be correct, sir.
So is this your first time at Jungle Gyms?
No, I'm actually a regular customer at Jungle Gyms. This is one of the few events I love to go to.
Well, thank you so much for coming out today. You want to tell us a little bit about your outfit today?
Yeah, so I'm actually part of one of the Cincinnati LARPing realms here. We participate in what's called Dagahir or Belagarth. It's an actual combat sort of LARPing. And this is just one of my dress garb.
That is amazing. I have a friend who just got into like full-on medieval sparring and like armor, and I really want to learn to do that. But also, I'm very afraid to have a halberd swung at my face. What would you recommend for someone like me?
Well, we mainly use foam weaponry, so headshots usually are discouraged. But just for the most part, just have a good shield and be flexible.
I love it. All right, now if somebody wants to take part in what you're doing, what's a good way to get in touch with you all?
So we are you can find us on Facebook. The group name is Galladorn, Galladorn. But we also practice out in Eden Park on Tuesdays at 6 until dark, and then Bechtold Park from about 1 to about 5 o'clock.
That sounds awesome. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Have a great festival.
Same to you, sir.
Thank you. All right, let's go. You want to see something? Let's find out. Oh, everybody's here for FizzzFest. Hey, everyone. All right, everyone, talk to me about Buy for the Jungle Gyms podcast.
All right, so this is our Buy Boost line. So it's 1 gram of sugar, 10 calories, and then the boost part is the caffeine. It's got as much caffeine as a cup of coffee in here. So 4 flavors to choose from.
Wow, that sounds good. All right, what's your favorite flavor?
I'm a fan of the pineapple down on the end.
Cool. What are the other flavors you've got, too?
Pineapple, blackberry, tangerine, and then a strawberry.
Oh, my gosh, that sounds great. All right, so I definitely got to try it. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate
thanks.
it.
Have a good day.
Yeah, we'll see you on the show.
All right, cool.
All right, now I'm trying. I haven't cut yet. All right, he said the pineapple is his favorite, but I think I'm going to go strawberry and pineapple. Let's find out. Pineapple, ananas, for those of you who speak French. Ooh, that's like really fresh and fruity, just like the rest of my wardrobe. Strawberry's really good. Pineapple was the winner. All right, let's say bye to them. All right, so I'm here with Hint Beverages. I'm assuming it's Hint water because it's got a hint of flavor, or more than that?
Exactly. A hint of flavor, no artificial sweeteners, and no sugar.
And I heard a rumor that we're trying a brand new flavor today, too.
Yes, you are. We have 2 brand new flavors, blueberry lemon and strawberry lemon.
Ooh, okay, so which is your favorite of the 2?
Blueberry lemon, definitely.
Awesome. That's so good. Well, it's time to try it. I keep forgetting I'm holding a bunch of electronic gear. Brad, can you pretend to be my assistant? Shout out to my buddy Brad. Let's find out.
Smell it, taste it, it's a whole experience.
Ooh, it is. It has that very not effervescent, but it's got that little bright little, how should I say, the natural note of the lemon. That's really cool. That's good. Do you want me to just drink the whole thing in front of her and see how weird it gets? Get a hint. All right, I'm here with entertainment today, Electric Indigo. The Matts are here. What's up, Matt One?
What's up?
How you doing today? Feeling good? Excited about this?
Yeah, it's going to be a good old time.
Tell me a little bit about the Electric Indigo.
So we're originally from Newport, Kentucky, and it's a kind of an eclectic mix, funk, rock, jazz, all under the umbrella of rock. Gets a little jammy sometimes, but we just try to be entertaining and have a good time ourselves.
You all are really, really fun people, and I really appreciate that, so I'm so excited that you came out. So, Matt, on your birthday, no less today, right?
Yeah, today's my birthday, August 6th.
Oh, congratulations. You made it. Another year around. Well, it's perfect timing. So, why did you agree to get in the dunk tank with me today?
Because I want to swim with you, man.
And swim with me you will do, my friend. Electric Indigo, everyone. Catch them here at FizzzFest and on the Jungle Gyms podcast. Okay, I'm looking for an ultimate water beverage that will keep me living forever. Could it be you, Eternal Water?
It could be Eternal Water.
So tell me a little bit about, this is Jungle Gyms podcast. Tell me a little bit about what Eternal Water is and why you're special.
Eternal Water is a naturally alkaline spring water that has no additives. We're 100% natural, comes from the ground. It's sourced in 4 different locations throughout the U.S. Every bottle has the source on the back of it. So it tells you that this one came from the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. We have sources in California, Arkansas, Tennessee, and New York State.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's so cool.
Water goes straight into our plant, goes through a filter, put in the bottle.
I love it. The bottles are really cool, too. Well, if I'm here, can I get a little sample? Thank you so much. Fresh, crisp, refreshing. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, it's soft. It's got that kind of like satiny feel to it, too. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah. Ooh, baby, show me that Karma water. Whoop, whoop. I like an interactive bottle. There it goes. Hey. I love it. All right, these lunatics drove all the way from Michigan from FizzzFest. Yeah. Sorry to guess you were a lunatic, but I feel
totally accurate.
Well, who are you? Why are you here?
Yeah, my name is Katie. I'm from Ann Arbor, Michigan. We found Jungle Gyms via TikTok, via the Jungle Gyms podcast, and today was our first time coming, and we love it. We found out that our trip happened to coincide with FizzzFest, and we're just really excited to be here and try out all the cool products.
That's awesome. Have you tried? I see you got Liquid Death, a personal favorite of mine. Have you tried anything else great so far?
Yeah, they've tried the root beer over at Hank's. They said it was great. Oh, yeah. They just did some shots of the Baja Blast energy drink, cool. Which was a little less great than the root beer, but it's okay. Yeah, we're
here for the honest appraisal.
Yeah. I will say, so I lived in Spain for 4 years, and I was like super jazzed to come and check out the Spain aisle, so I was like grabbing stuff off the shelf as fast as I could. So yeah, it was great.
Well, if you hang out long enough, I'll just start making paella for both of us.
Perfect.
Hey, I'm really glad. Thank you so much for coming down. Seriously, can you say one more time that the Jungle Gyms podcast was how you came down?
So I found the Jungle Gyms podcast on TikTok, which is how we found out about Jungle Gyms International Market, and we drove 4 hours to be here this weekend. So we're really excited.
That's right, Jungle. This is what I need in my life. Hey, thank you so much. Focus where we need to. So I'm excited. Super Coffee, I'm a huge fan of the brand.
0 added sugar, 10 grams of protein, MCT oil, 200 milligrams of caffeine. Just a great, indulgent, healthy cold coffee.
See, I don't even have to ask him. I'll just get it for the other people. It's really good stuff. And no one paid me to say that, so. But if they'd like to. Oh my gosh, I loved you. See, they have the cinnamon roll air fresheners. I'll take one. I actually haven't tried the cinnamon roll yet since you got it out. That and the waffles have been calling my name. Thanks, dude. I will. Thank you.
All right.
Ryan, how you feeling, bud?
I feel great.
So tell me
I have my super coffee. Yeah. So we are just trying to take sugar out of the everyday diet, basically, right? We are, like I said, 0 added sugar, 10 grams of protein, MCT oil. We've got our new flavors that just came out earlier this year: cinnamon roll, caramel waffle, blueberry muffin. Just really want to be that indulgent, enhanced coffee beverage.
I love it. Yeah, you got that. It's like creamy. It's still sweet, but it doesn't, you don't get that like over-the-top sugar flavor. I love the brand. That's how we met. Actually, we met really in the cicada suit, but close enough. It's like, it's a weird time. There's no footage of it. But, no, this is great. I'm glad it's going well, and congrats on the new flavors. The cinnamon roll is amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, it's going great. Jungle Gym's big supporters, so since day one, we appreciate it.
Dude, we glad to have you. Well, come out to the studio one of these days. We'll actually cause some problems.
All right.
Deal. Another fun, satisfied FizzzFest customer. What's your name?
I'm Laurel.
Well, thank you so much for coming out today. I see you've got, is this some of the poppy?
Uh-huh.
So what's the favorite thing that you've tried so far today?
I've tried a lot of things, but this is really good.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. I love it. I haven't tried the poppy yet, but I'm about to. They got a really good display. I like the big inflatable they've got over there, too.
Uh-huh.
Is this your first time to Jungle Gyms, or have you been here before?
I've actually been here many times.
Cool. Do you have something that you like to get when you come to Jungle Gyms?
Many things.
That makes two of us. Well, thank you so much for being on my show. I appreciate it. I hope you have fun today.
Okay.
Wow, I can't believe he's here today. Hey there. What are we trying today, guy I definitely haven't had on the show twice?
Hi, Mr. Mark. We're having Calypso Lemonade from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Do you have like a sheet of facts, too, on the lemonade?
No.
Do you have the wettest sheet of facts in the building?
Created in 1985. The idea was to make a thin lemonade, and it's good.
Hell yeah. What's your favorite flavor?
Blue.
Is that light? Are any of them okay. I'll try Ocean Blue.
Ocean Blue is great.
It's just like he said. It's great. Get in there, Brad. Is that Southern Peach? What do you think, Brad?
Excellent.
Does it taste like the South?
It tastes like a peach, yeah.
That's crazy. Can you taste the beverage is sparkling, and so will I.
Duty dessert.
Oh my gosh, can you believe this? We've been teasing this all day. Gina, what's up? How are we doing? Talk to me about Fizz Soda.
So Fizz Soda is the anti-soda. There's zero everything in here. There's no calories, no sugar, no caffeine, no fat, no sodium. We nailed all the no's.
Can you imagine a soda with fat in it, though? They're like, we filled it with MCT oil.
And lots of fat, just loaded with, yeah. No,
It's butter soda. We sell that in the store. It's terrible.
Oh, you're kidding.
It's like one of those the gimmicky, funny ones. But it's terrible. Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
it was one of the worst things we've ever tried on the show, actually. It tasted like licking a movie theater bathroom floor. So if you can imagine. The exact opposite of Fizz Soda.
The no-fat soda paired up with the fat soda. It's a nice combo. Yeah.
Where are you all located? How did this all happen? Like, tell me the story.
So Fizz Soda was created, we're out of Denver, Colorado. So we started off with another drink. We were trying to get fancy, nootropics, and we're like, you know what? Forget it. We all drink soda, but no one wants to admit to it because it's terrible for you.
Right.
Trying to take off car battery rust, the good, so we had to go against that and create the anti-soda. And that's sort of where this idea came from. But how do we make, you can't just do a sugar-free soda. Everyone's kind of doing that.
Right.
What can we do to make it more fun?
Yeah.
So we threw in amino acids and electrolytes, and the rest is history.
A little rehydration, a little fun. You got fun branding back here, too. Like, you got bright colors. I love it, too. What's your favorite flavor in the lineup?
Okay, so this is tough because I know they're all listening.
Oh, okay, cool. So let's pretend.
So, yeah, black cherry cola.
Oh, yeah. That's a winner. Yep.
Yeah, I can't. Or root beer. I don't know.
I think I need to try the root beer. That'll be the one I try today. So while we're here, can I sample one?
Open it up.
Let's open it up, baby. I'm here for a little root beer vanilla float. All right, we're going to crack it up. Let's get that good crack on. Incredibly. Oh, man. Hey, random stranger in the cowboy hat. Would you like to try this, too?
Actually, I have it right here.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, I got the root beer. This is really good.
Yeah? Is this the first flavor you've tried?
It is, yes.
Are we going to pretend that you haven't been on the show before, Lawyer Ed?
Yes, let's do that.
Lawyer Ed, everybody. The cowboy lawyer. I love it. Yeah. Gina, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Come visit me sometime. Let's go visit them in Denver. Why don't you invite me on camera so that way my bosses.
Yeah, no, you need to come to Denver, get on our podcast, come to our facility, try all the new stuff. We've got new stuff in the pipeline, so.
Ooh. And you know how I feel about a pipeline.
I know how you
That's why I'm going to Colorado. Ooh, all right.
There it is, legal.
All right. Oh, hey, we're here with Deanna from G Fuel, baby. This is one of my favorite unreleased drinks that we tried. There was the rug today. Talk to me about what you do and tell me about G Fuel.
So G Fuel is going to be an energy drink. It's a more focused energy drink, which is why a lot of gamers play it. They feel like they stay up all night drinking it. They're wide awake and they're not shaky. They're hoping to be the next Ninja. We do have a Ninja can that just came out too.
What? Really?
Tastes like cotton candy. It's actually going to be half the caffeine too, which is nice. If you don't want to do 300 milligrams, maybe you want like an easier night. But then we also have other flavors like Tetris. Gonna taste just like Skittles melted into the can, which is really good too.
That sounds good.
And then we always joke around. We have PewDiePie. He's not exactly, and he's not only on the can. It doesn't taste like PewDiePie. He chose the flavor. So
is it Swedish as well? Is it like what flavor is it? Is it lingonberry?
it is lingonberry. Actually, you nailed it. Look at that. You already knew. Real fast.
I've been to IKEA before. Do you have a favorite flavor in the lineup?
So right now for me, I like the peach rings. It tastes exactly like the peach ring candies. Also, who doesn't love Sonic? Like I love Jim Carrey as the bad guy, curly mustache. He's hysterical.
That's so good.
Yeah.
And a personal favorite of mine too. That's the one I'm like, you got to try the peach rings one. Yeah.
My sister and I always fight. My sister's favorite is Tetris. She likes Skittles. I guess you could tell. And then I'm peach rings right now. So
that's awesome. Well, I know what candy to bring back with me the next time G Fuel's in the building.
Yes, there you go. You're very welcome.
Any fun things we can tease the audience with in the future? Any new flavors coming down the pipeline?
So the whole thing is that the Ninja flavor just came out. Okay. It's pretty new, so I would definitely say try that. It's also cotton candy. Do you ever eat cotton candy in a bad mood? It's just so good, right? You have cotton candy in fun atmospheres. Now we have a drink, so enjoy it, guys.
I love it. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Well, I'm sitting here atop the Liquid Death throne at FizzzFest today, and I'm here with one of my favorite brands and people, Alex from Liquid Death. What's up, man?
Not much, brother. Good to see you, as always.
Dude, likewise. Thanks for...
Yeah, of course.
You guys are wonderful people. I've never done an interview from this angle before, so I'm excited. Yeah. So we're learning new things.
Still in charge. All right, let's go. All right.
So tell me, yes, my subject, Alex.
Bow down since he's on the throne, so yeah.
He paid my dowry, which is really cool, so I'm looking forward to it. hey, look, you guys have done a lot of cool stuff here at Jungle Gyms. Obviously, the Thrones, just a fun brand in general. What would you want the audience to know about Liquid Death, besides how much I love them?
That Mark loves them. Anything he does, you guys should follow. But yeah, we're just a premium water straight from the Austrian Alps, naturally alkaline and mineralized. And we decided to have some fun with the industry and put a premium water in an infinitely recyclable container, which is aluminum. So not just that, we only gave 10% of profits back to the community. We help remove pollution from the ocean, rivers, lakes. We also work with groups that bring clean drinking water to underserved communities.
I love that so much. It's nice that you guys have, like, it's funny, right? Because you've got this, like, heavy metal branding and all this fun stuff, and you're like, but also we're going to save the planet. Yes, exactly. I love it. I like to have a beverage that makes me feel good to drink it.
Exactly, yep. And it's, at the end of the day, just water. So we're just trying to have it some fun and rock and roll.
I'm having a lot of fun, and I would also like to rock and roll. We'll go back to the studio later and play some guitar and stuff. That'd be great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Since you're bringing up music, we also are the official water of Live Nation. So any Live Nation event you go to, you're going to see our water there. Please support. Yeah, and check out our social media. It's, as you know, hopefully everybody else will check it out. It's pretty crazy. So
it's so much fun.
Yep.
Thanks so much, Alex.
Thank you.
It's really been great to get to know you.
Of course.
We're shaking hands on camera. It's official now. Yep. Liquid Death. Go get a can right now. Murder your thirst. Murder plastic. See, you missed out. You should have been at FizzzFest like so many other people. I had a great time. I can't wait for our next festival. I heard a rumor it might be the wine festival. I know a lot of you out there keep emailing me to ask me about Weekend of Fire and the Cheese Festival, and all I can tell you officially right now is that we're working on pretty much our entire lineup of festivals, so things may come back fully, some things may come back in a different way. Just keep posted. I promise you'll hear about it here before you hear it anywhere else. I think, at least. I will just go ahead and make a new episode after every meeting and get involved with it. So, coming up next, this is Grandace. You've heard his music on the show repeatedly throughout. I've got to get Star Silk out here one of these days, too. You'll love his setup, too. Because I want to get all the musicians that have made some music for the show to come out and give us a performance. But hanging out with Jody, or Grandace, as I called him a minute ago, gave me some really great ideas for the future of our musical guests on the show that I don't want to spoil yet, but I've just been trying to think of ways to even more, give a tighter tie between international food, our store, and this outside of, well, you made music for the show, which I still think is good enough, but I'm constantly, listen, if you can't tell, I am thinking about the show all of the time. All the time. It doesn't stop. So I'm always like, how do we make this better? What can I do? Which is why I always like to encourage all of you to write me at podcast@junglegyms.com or call in and leave a voicemail on the hotline so I can play it on the show. I've not gotten to do that since I went video. Area code 513-674-6855. So this is the last you'll see of me, but like I said, we've got a whole performance and interview with Jody coming up here in just a second. And in the meantime, I'm going to go, honestly, I think I'm just going to go hang out and listen to his music. So in the meantime, I'll see you out there in the aisles. Well, this has been a long time coming. You've heard his music on the show since, honestly, the first episode. And I wanted him to be my first official musical guest, but I ended up lucking out, running into Babe Wells here in the store. I think that was like last December, and ever since it's just been going, but we finally made it happen. So I'd like you to meet my friend Jody, or better known in the music community as Grandace. What's up, dude?
Hey, yo, what's up? I'm happy to be here. Oh my God, I finally made it. I made it. Y'all don't know, I had to walk by foot to get here. I ran through like 3 pairs of shoes. I have holes in the soles. You don't understand. It took a minute, but we're here.
Well, personally.
But I can make some out of fruit baskets. We can sell them up by aisle 6 if you want. I think that'd be perfect.
Orange 6, that's the new shoes.
It sells itself, honestly.
Oh my God, that's so awesome, dude. I'm seriously so thankful that you came in. And thank you for letting us use the music on the show for a long time. You're really talented.
Of course.
And you're one of those artists I feel like needs a lot of
like I haven't known you forever, but you're family. So as soon as I met you, I'm like, oh yeah, you're good. You're good.
We did have that weird like instant bond when we met on another podcast.
That's what happens when you win together. People that win together stick together.
That's so
like
true.
If we had lost, who knows how our friendship would have turned.
Well, I guess I'll frame it up. So we did a show called Donuts and Alcohol. It's predominantly focused on like hip hop, R&B culture, and things of that nature. Funny enough, today's Gravel's birthday.
Oh, shoot.
So isn't that really funny?
Happy birthday, Gravel.
Yeah, by the time this airs, we're a month behind. But hey, we meant it intentionally that day. But I was thinking about that before. I was like, oh, it's funny that we're reconnecting on his birthday since he is the person that did that.
Shout out to the library for letting me be off today.
Yeah, hey, huge fan. Yeah, okay, you've got to... Well, let's start there.
Okay.
How did you get into music, dude?
So my mom was always into music. We were living in L.A. back in the day, and I would be in the studio sessions with her till like 3 in the morning. I was 3 years old, 2
Oh,
years
wow.
old, 4 years old. So I just watched what she did. And then we eventually had to move back when my grandfather got sick. But music had always been around. I was in choirs and stuff like that, but I wasn't taking it seriously. Sure. I wanted to be an applied physicist, or I wanted to study applied physics and be a physicist. And my dream was like, I'm going to go to Yale one day and I'm going to develop commercially viable flying cars. And then I realized like people aren't going to be able to have flying cars because they can't drive our cars. And I'm like, yeah, we don't want people ending up in the side of anything. So why don't I go ahead and switch to something? And I wasn't looking up physics videos in my free time like I was looking up how they make film and looking up how they make music and studio sessions and things like that. And one day I cracked a copy of a software that I'm not going to say, but I love y'all. Y'all know who y'all are. And
I think we'd all be lying if we're like, no, I've only paid for every
absolutely.
software.
I actually, let me say on the record, I went and I paid for my copy of Ableton my very first time.
Oh, that's awesome. I actually still haven't paid for mine.
Yeah, it's crucial. I feel like you got to support them. So me and my 15-year-old pockets, I went and I paid.
That's beautiful. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I totally paid. And I 16 hours a day for 3 summers straight. And I was just like, okay, yeah, I think this is what I want to do. Not 3 summers straight. I ended up doing it for 3 summers straight, but it was like my junior year of high school. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go study, do music. This is me, rest of my life. And I was so bad. I was trash. Oh my God. But it was cool to be able to hear sounds and like hear songs. And you're like, I think it would be cool if those songs did this.
Yeah.
And then you get to try doing that. And you're like, yeah, I like that way better. And then you get to develop your taste and so on.
I love that.
Cool.
Do you have any advice for somebody that's I mean, not that there's a lot of young people watching them. Maybe there are. I've had a lot of young influencers on the show recently.
Dude, your energy is infectious. You got a whole, absolutely.
But no, I mean, like, what would you tell somebody that's out there, like, kind of having the same dream? What would you tell them to do?
Yeah, if you have the same dream, just know that you're gonna suck. So it's okay to suck. Just suck. Make things that suck. I absolutely, if I could start a t-shirt line, I wouldn't, but I honestly encourage you to make things that suck because they will absolutely suck. But in that, art doesn't have to be good. Shout out Cat Knight for that one, or Cat Writer for that one. Because your art doesn't have to be good. The important thing is that you make it and then it's out in the world and then you can perceive it however you want to after the fact.
It's beautiful.
But the more that you make it, the better your instincts come for creation and things that you like and don't like, and it just gets better. You don't have to worry about everything being profound as soon as you make it, because that was my killer. I'm like, I have to make the best song I've ever made, but really that doesn't matter. And then I find that the coolest things I make are often just a series of what if questions. I'm like, what if I did this and then this and then this, and then I just keep layering and doing the dumbest things, and it ends up being people's favorite stuff.
That's
that I
beautiful
make.
Though. And that, you know what, I think that's like the tell of a great, because I always think of like wanting to get in film, I think of like a lot of the directors I always love. Like I think Sam Raimi, for example, was a big influence to me early on. Jon Favreau, another one, right? Mm-hmm. And the two of them both always, and I'm paraphrasing the quote now, but they were pretty much like, just go out and every weekend make a movie. Yeah. And it's going to be terrible. A lot of them will be the worst thing ever, but who knows? Maybe you'll make Evil Dead one time. Mm-hmm. And then that thing turns into a career now. And that guy's getting paid millions of dollars to do it. Same thing. Adventure Time. There's another good quote on there. I love this one from Jake the dog, which is, sucking at something is the first step to being sorta good at something.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's so true, you know?
And it's like you never have to be the best, but it's just more about getting your perspective of how you view the world and your reality out there into the world. And I think that's what's amazing, because every artist is just like, here's how I perceive things, and take from it what you will. And the thing that you hate might be somebody else's favorite thing. And like, because every time I drop something, I'm like, hey, this is the best one. And everybody's like, no, it's not. And I'm just like, no, that's the best one. They're like, actually, this one is. And I'm like, no, I promise. So everybody has their own take on your stuff. And I love
it's so subjective, dude. And it's like art always hits all of us different. Like, I was just so glad to, like, not that I discovered you or anything, but like discovered you on a personal level. I was like, I'm so glad that we met, because like, I literally love what you're doing.
And we could have just left it that day with that W on our back, but we went ahead and like,
you're amazing. I was like, maybe we should challenge them to come back here and lose again.
Yeah, no,
I never want anyone to lose.
I do.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, the other team,
of course,
preferably.
Yeah, I try to always frame it in a positive way. It's not about them losing; it's about us winning.
It's about us winning and them getting the experience. Absolutely,
it's growth for all parties involved. Well, I know we're gonna do some music here in a second, but I thought I'd ask, because obviously we're in Jungle Gyms right now, and I know you're a fan of international cuisine, and because we've talked a lot about our mutual love of things. Like, what's your go-to when it's time to get a little outside of the States for eating? What do you love to eat?
Oh my gosh! So I'm so basic, but I still love it.
It's
so
okay.
Indian food, chicken makhani.
I
love me some Thai style fried rice. You put me on to quite a few Korean spots, but like I can't pronounce the name, so I'm not gonna
That's
butcher
okay.
them online.
No,
but
that's fine.
Korean cuisine.
food's
Oh my god,
It's like the
amazing.
underrated slayer. And like I feel like in the U.S. everyone's like Chinese food, and I'm just
And
like,
it's like Chinese is cool, but there's
Yeah.
other things.
Yeah,
like
for
y'all
sure.
are missing out. Sushi
Yeah.
goes crazy. Yeah, I just like to dabble in the most basic things out of every culture.
Yeah.
And then that way, as I gain more currency and I get to see the world more, I can dive even deeper.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to say a bunch of beautiful things. We let these mics run for a little bit. Thanks, Jay. Well, I don't know about you, but I would love to hear you sing something. You into doing some music?
You know what? I think we can make that happen. Shout out Jungle Gyms. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wake up feeling like new breakfast. 1 foot, I step in and check it. Devil in the veil, you appeal to the guest list. Everything I steal and accept it. Everything you feel is a message made brand new. You stay with the coupe, I'm facing the truth. Lose sleep in the past, say bourgeoisie, now made in Japan. Label the man, they pay you to stand for days in the mansion. Days by the loneliest. Numbers since feedback from trauma. Reset my guidance, I live in silence. Magical run of my life, yeah, you tried. In middle school, you and Osiris, wondering how you dividing, yeah. You cannot prosper. Sky decking full of the lobster. Girl, watch your nostrils. Honey, cocaine is your life. I will not say how to spend it. Chip off the edge, you get dizzy. Imparting strings of your passionless love in my room while you're bagging to stay. I pray while I send you away. Yeah. Please be okay.
Heard you sipping the pride. Sipping the pride. I heard you sipping the pride. Sipping the pride. I heard you sipping the pride. I heard you sipping the pride. Heard you sipping the pride. Sipping the pride. I heard you sipping the pride. I heard you sipping the pride. Sipping the pride. Sipping the pride. I heard you sipping the pride. I heard you sipping the pride. I heard you sipping the pride. Sipping the pride. I heard you sipping the pride. I heard you sipping the pride. Sipping the pride. I heard you sipping the pride. Heard you was off of this. Baby, talk to me. Talk to me. Don't try. Baby, talk to me. Heard you was off of this quick. Baby, talk to me. Burn it all quick. Baby, talk to me. Yeah. You got tornadoes inside like the feds. Burn all your papers as fast as you can. I'll keep on standing as long as my ear don't give up on me. Take you straight to the 90s like Sicily. We're divided by minus, you pay for the trip. And I pour you some cider, I realize my happiness. Lord, if it gets here, it's only a season. It'll take your depression and put it on ice. Cameras are nice, out with the price. We not the people that worry about lights. I graduated, my problems come with me. Matter of fact, they score magna cum laude. They prescription wash it away with some shade, They see this melanin shine, serotonin say decline, I heard you sipping the pride. Sipping the pride. I heard you sipping the pride. Sipping the pride. I heard you sipping the pride. I heard you sipping the pride. Heard you sipping the pride. Sipping the pride. I heard you sipping the pride. I heard you sipping the pride. Sipping the pride. Sipping the pride. I heard you sipping the pride. I heard you sipping the pride. I heard you sipping the pride. Sipping the pride. I heard you sipping the pride. I heard you sipping the pride. Sipping the pride. I heard you sipping the pride.
Yeah, but if you're gonna sip it, you gotta make sure you got your pinky up so you can be professional. It's crucial. Shout out to all the pinkies out there in the world. Better than the thumbs. Shout out Spy Kids too. Giving all the shout outs today. Yeah, Spy Kids was foundational.
Whoa, dude, that was beautiful. Thank you so much. Yeah. It was amazing. I can't believe you got me out of my chair that quickly.
I mean, sometimes things happen and people move.
It's the power of art.
I love it. It's a transposition of matter, energy, time, space. Shout out Pokemon.
What's his name? Professor Oak. Right?
Yes. I come up. 3 options. I missed out. Here's the 4th option. You get to teleport.
Do you have a favorite starter in the Pokemon? I don't understand Pokemon enough to really understand this question, so you can say whatever. But do you have a favorite starter?
Yeah, the one that wins the most. That's my favorite.
All right, then you're my favorite starter Pokemon now.
My God,
in that I'd like to encase you in a ball and use you in battle.
If there is a waterbed, I'm cool. And preferably a PlayStation 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can do that.
2 controllers?
Yeah, maybe a Dreamcast.
Oh,
I know.
I've
got mine too.
My heart.
When you made an EP about the VMU, I was just like, oh my gosh, this dude is my best friend.
Because it's just, I really wish that Sega would revisit the Dreamcast,
I know.
and just redistribute the hardware, kind of beef it up. I don't know. I need. It's just the sounds, the presentation. They got really weird that generation. That was the craziest 2-3 year span out of any generation.
It was such a cool time in the gaming community. We got to do a whole separate gaming podcast at some point.
Please,
but no, seriously, I am 100% with you. It was a really unique time, and it's one of those things that let me try to tie it back in here, where we're always trying new and interesting things too, and that's how I felt Sega was doing in the 90s.
Yeah. Honestly.
Let's see what works. A lot of it didn't, but think about how much stuff that they did for the first time on that system. Sorry, audience, you're an alien. Just go buy Dreamcast or Google it.
You have to understand. They're not alienated. They can feel the passion.
Yeah, exactly.
You can feel the passion.
Yeah, we love this. Yeah, but it was a great time where they were just like, oh, hey, you want to play video games with your friends? Well, we're going to put the internet on here. And everyone's like, why?
And a broadband adapter still works.
I
to
know.
this day. Phantasy Star Online still works.
And it's been 23 years, I think.
You can get an HDMI adapter, res it, and it plays on your flat screen. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I know, right? And it's crazy to think about. These are things that are just now becoming popular in that community. Oh, amazing!
And it was free.
Yeah,
it was free.
I know, it's crazy. We blew it as a society when we let the Dreamcast
because
fail.
I get it. PlayStation 2 was gorgeous, and DVDs were cool. Cheapest DVD player in the market.
For sure.
Why did we just abandon Sega like that? You could burn the games to the Dreamcast right there. That was a part of the problem, but I would have still bought them because I will admit though, the Dreamcast failing did net me Marvel vs. Capcom 2 from Goodwill for $3. $3. That game retailed for $150 at the time.
Every so often look up how much my copy is worth, and I'm
you have it too?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude, we should meet for lunch sometime and just sit our copies on the table and just reminisce.
Next time you come in, I will get an old CRT monitor in here and we'll play it and we'll just see who wins.
You're gonna destroy me.
I don't know. I wonder. I am pretty good. That one and the original Soul Calibur, those are my games.
Oh, those are your games?
Yeah, and really once the Dreamcast died, I was just I don't think I'm gonna get into Smash Bros. But let's wrap on that.
You're right.
Where can we find your music? Send everybody to find you after that beautiful performance.
All right, thank you. You can find me on all major streaming platforms at Grandace. That is GRANDACE. I spelled it correctly. There we go. And then you can find me on all social media platforms at the Grandace. THEE Grandace, not the Grandace. And say what's up. I'm weird, I'm shy, but I love people more than anything, so we overcome those barriers, and I say what's up. So, yeah.
You have a beautiful spirit. I love it so much, Jody. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you
really
for having
appreciate
me,
it.
Mike.
Yeah, of course. Anytime. Here. I'm serious about the Dreamcast thing. It's on.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go to my mom's house.
And I'm going to get bopped in front of everybody, but then I bring in the Melee. And I'll teach you the Melee. I'll teach you the Melee. That's cool. Or Mario Kart.
I can hang in Mario Kart.
See, I figured.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got that energy. Yeah. Got that big Mario Kart. It's Markio time.
Oh, my gosh.
Your name. It's terrible, right?
No, we're sticking with it. I'm changing your phone contact. It's wraps. It's too late.
I'm actually my own Wario now. It's crazy. I just look better in yellow and purple, it turns out.
What are you doing for Halloween?
Funny enough. Well, I won't spoil the show.
Okay, you're right.
But everybody, if you want to know, find out in the Halloween episode.
There we go. That's how you do it.
Jody,
Thank you for having me.
Of course, you're always welcome.
The Jungle Gyms podcast is recorded in the WJJI studio inside Jungle Gyms International Market in Fairfield, Ohio. The Jungle Gyms podcast is produced and hosted by Mark Borison.